Bump. Okay, we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vibe Time with Jerry with my co host, David Flowers.
Hey, y'all. How's it going?
I know everybody's prepping for Thanksgiving, so glad that y'all are able to come on here, whoever comes on here, because I have no clue. I can't see the chats at the moment, so I don't know who's here and who's not here. But tonight is metaphysical hour, so we're going to be talking about crystals. But let me get some things set up first before I start talking about crystals. Let's see. Okay. Let me take this lock off. Every time I went through this with StreamYard, and now I got to go through it with Streamlabs of taking the lock off. Because for some reason it always shows up to only me. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing okay. If there's anybody in the chat, if you can put something in there so I can see it, or David Flowers, look at your chat. I don't know if there was anything in yours because I'm not seeing anything in mine.
Yeah, nothing in there yet.
Okay. So anyway, crystals, everybody's favorite, my favorite. And then, of course, you get metaphysical fairies, and it becomes their favorite too. Crystals is one of my favorite things to talk about. I am going to be reading off of some notes because it's a lot of information. But crystals, when it comes to that, I always say that nobody can have too many crystals. You know, we all have to have little arsenals of something. So, oop, can't see without these. Oh my goodness, can finally see again. All right, crystals, they play an important role. Let's talk a little bit about history about crystals. They play an important role, and they've been around for many centuries, and I always tell people they've been placed on the earth for a reason. They've been used in many, many different things. They've been used in religious ceremonies. Let me see. I see a chat, but I can't see in the chat.
Yeah, it says Sheila.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I can't. You'll have to read them because I can't see.
Yeah, Sheila said amen.
I'm sorry. You'll have to pay attention to the chats because it's not showing up on mine at all. So I kind of figured that was going to happen.
I think it's operator error.
It's frustrating because I have 80 triple HD when it comes to that. So they were used to decorate religious items. They were used in breastplates and armor, which protected the body. People use them for health and protection. Sometimes they've been used for eyeshadow. They would break them up and use them for eyeshadow. Way back in the day, they would crush crystals just for that. They've used them in burials to protect the deceased from evil spirits. And some crystals people use them as a medication because they have such strong properties to them, which that's one of the things that I do make is elixirs. And I use crystals. I have certain crystals that I use when I'm making elixirs for people. They've been used in ancient times as good luck charms. People have made sculptures from them. Some people use them for spiritual guidance. People have used them in their business to draw prosperity and positive vibes. People, of course, make jewelry out of them. They have so many uses. And like I said, you can never have enough crystals. Crystals have different meanings and properties. I hear an echo.
Yeah, I turned it down.
Yeah, because was it coming off of the phone or the computer?
My phone.
Oh, okay. Crystals have different meanings, and of course, they all have different jobs to do. And I think that everybody should have like a little arsenal of crystals. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, you can't have too many crystals, but you can also become a crystal whore and have them everywhere. Like I have enough crystals, I can open up my own shop. When you pick them out, you always, of course, pick out what resonates with you. And a lot of times with my crystals, I just kind of sit with them sometimes and just see what comes to me. And people probably are laughing at that, but don't knock something until you try it. When I've taught Reiki level 2 class, I teach students to have 21 crystals because we do a 21-day process of getting to know your crystal. So it's an assignment as part of Reiki too. Every time I think I have discovered all crystals, y'all, there's so many of them out there. Like I'll go into stores and I'll see little crystals in water, and I mean just in different places. And I think I have all the crystals, and then I realize I don't. So there's just so many of them out there. But let's look at some ways, or let's look at different crystals. I'll show you what's in my arsenal, some of them, because I don't there's just so many of them. So I picked out some of my favorites. Got any questions so far? Any comments? Because I can't see.
Nope, no comments.
Yeah, this is very frustrating to the fact. Just really pisses me off because I don't know how to fix it.
Well, don't worry about it right now. Just talk about crystals.
Yeah, well, you're not the one that has 80 triple HD and is OCD with certain things. So it's kind of hard to talk about crystals when you can't see any chats. You don't know who's on. You can't see anything. You're blind. This right here, amethyst. Everybody's got to have amethyst. This, my friend actually got this for me. She went to Peru, and there was a guy that was just pulling them right out the river, and she bought it right off of him. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's a raw piece of amethyst. And I mean, with crystals, they come in so many different forms that this can become raw. They have little tumbled stones.
Shayla said, "It's okay, Jerry. You're doing great."
Thanks. Tumbled stones. This isn't tumbled amethyst. This is a different piece, but stones come in many different types. I mean, they got points. They've got little spheres. They have just everything you can think of. Tumbled, because a lot of people ask me what tumbled is. That means it's been tumbled in a machine of some sort to make it that way, and it doesn't mess with the properties when they do that. But amethyst, this is a really calming stone. I call it the mediator stone because it helps to relieve stress, but it also helps to diffuse anger. When I worked probation, I used to keep this on my desk, and I kept it on my desk. And quite often people would come in, they would come into my office. They'd be really pissed off at the fact that they had to be on probation to begin with. And this would stop them dead in their tracks because they would look at it, and it was a big piece. I didn't have no little piece. Like I got a big enough piece. I hold it up on my head. I should have brought that one out instead of this little one. But they would ask me what it was, and it would just calm them down. So if you're in situations like that, or for teachers that work at school and you're dealing with kids sometimes that might have some special needs, or just kids in general, amethyst is a stone because it's just very calming, and they look at it and start asking questions about it.
And they're right here to throw it at them.
Yeah, that too. But it's a good icebreaker for people. They'll ask what it is, and then just like I said, when I worked probation, they would just instantly calm down with that. So it also helps to alleviate fear. So if you got somebody that is fearful of things, one of the things that amethyst does is it helps to do that. It's a very strong stone. And if you're trying to, let's say, open up your third eye, y'all know where that's at, right there. If you're trying to open up that third eye, just lay that stone on there, or a tumbled stone, whatever stone resonates with you. That's amethyst, because people can use the raw, tumbled, points, whatever. I've got points too, but Just lay it on there and just see what comes to you when you do that. It's let's see, it helps to open up the crown chakra and it helps to alleviate headaches. So if you have headaches and you have them in this area, then amethyst and maybe some lavender oil rubbing in those spots would help with to alleviate a headache. So like I said, it's really good for stress protection and for people that get psychic attacks. When you finish an investigation or maybe you've had something that has, came home with you or whatever, or is messing with your head, this is good for that as well. So amethyst, one of my favorite stones. Like I got them everywhere. So it's really a cool stone to have in your little arsenal. Got any questions?
Nope.
Damn it. Okay. Our next is black tourmaline. Hold on one second. Gosh, I swear. This one has mica inclusions in it, but this is black tourmaline, and I carry this a lot. I have it in my paranormal case. I have a necklace with a pendant that a friend bought for me. It's like a very good grounding stone. This one is really, really strong. It helps with negative energy. It helps with shielding. It helps with emotion. It helps with emotions too. If you don't feel like you're grounded or you get really upset about something, this is the stone to have with you.
Yeah, Shayla says, I have a piece of amethyst that I got up north at a Native American gift shop. And then she says, is it good to know the origin of where the crystals are sourced from?
I think so. I think you should know background on where the crystals come from. This one, I really don't know where it came from, honestly. This one, I happened to pick up at, actually, it was at one point, the Living Museum in Newport News had a whole arsenal of crystals. They used to sell them. They don't really do that anymore. And this is where I got that one from. So I don't quite know where this one is sourced, but you should know. Most of them I do know, like this one. That's from Germany. That's not even from here. My mom got it. But yeah, this one I don't know. But this also helps to protect you from EMF. It's a good EMF blocker. And black tourmaline pretty much balances all your chakras too. It can also help a person that has negative thought patterns. It can help that. And it reduces fear and it helps to promote self-confidence. So black tourmaline is, this is a pretty big piece, and I have smaller pieces, but it's like one of the stones that I keep in my arsenal that I really like. And like I said, it's mixed with mica. Mica at one point, that shiny stuff is mica, and they actually use mica. They scrape it and use it to make makeup with your powders and different things like that. So
Micah, isn't that fool's gold?
no, that's pyrite.
Oh, okay.
Pyrite.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a different mineral.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a piece of fool's gold, but I don't have it on my arsenal as far as my main arsenal. Carnelian. A lot of people, I cannot handle this stone for very long, being a female. Yeah, Carnegie.
Cardamom.
Cardamom. It's good for your lower chakras. It can help you with grounding. It helps to improve your creativity and confidence. And it's a very effective crystal for your base chakra. Which to me, the base chakra put this over here. Always needs balancing. But, and we're all adults here, so I'm just going to say this. If I offend anybody later on this, because I don't know who's in the chats, who's on the show, and who's not, I don't mean to. But if you're a female and you are struggling with a cycle, this is what you want to hold. Because I'll tell you right now, that's why I can't hold it very long. It unblocks those lower chakras and can help with that. If somebody doesn't have a regular cycle or it's a irregular, this is the stone to lay on the base chakra to help with that. And I will say, it had nothing to do with you. Just
You say it doesn't help me.
Shut your mouth. This is a female thing now. No, but what I'm saying is that if you know anybody that struggles, this would be the stone to get them to lay on that chakra. And I can tell you from personal experience it works. And I can taste this stone. So I can't handle this one very long. It also helps with metabolism. It helps to support sexual energy too. And it helps with the digestive tract, the liver. It's my go-to chakra. It's my go-to clear if I got things going on. I cannot handle that stone though very long. I like it, but I can't handle it very long because it just messes with my hormones. So, with that said, our next stone is that I have in the arsenal is citrine, which citrine comes in many forms. This one is a dark piece of citrine. I got this at the Science Museum as well in Newport News, but they don't have this stuff anymore. They used to have just beautiful crystals, and I don't know why they stopped selling them. But I mean, they still have like little tumble stones. But this one I really like. So citrine is called the money stone. People use it if they want to generate money. Carry it in your little pocket. Yeah. See the little eyebrows go up on that one. I love citrine. It helps with manifestation. That's one of the things that it does. It helps to increase clarity in thoughts. If you're having dark thoughts, this can help you amplify things to be more optimistic. And I've always liked the orange of the stone. I have some pieces downstairs. When I do some of my roller bottles or some of my candles, I will crush citrine and put it in there. That's one of my ingredients that I use for my manifestation candles. But citrine is just a beautiful stone to have in the arsenal. Isn't that pretty? This is a raw piece of citrine too, because tumbled is a little bit, as I said before, tumbled is smoother. This isn't citrine, but Any questions?
Nope.
This is terrible that I can't see. Clear quartz. This is a piece of clear quartz. This is not from here. This came from Germany at a crystal shop. When my mom would go to Germany, she had a friend of hers that owned a crystal shop. And so I would give her a list of crystals to bring back for me, and she would bring me back crystals. So this one is from Germany. I have clear quartz scattered throughout the house, everywhere. This is the stone for focus. If you know somebody that's having a hard time focusing on things and they need clarity with things, it's your crown chakra clearer. That's what it does. It just gives you very good clarity and focus. It's one of my go-to stones. If I feel like my chakra is too heavy, I'll lay that on there and I clear it out. I also have taken clear quartz, not in this particular room, but in other rooms. You know how you have that little space over your doorway? If somebody comes into your house, you have that little space up over the door. I'll put little small pieces of clear quartz there to clear that energy before it comes into my house. I've done that. Let's see. I'll put it on top of my head, and clear quartz, it enhances the energy. It's a really powerful crystal. It helps to harmonize the body. And I think everybody should own a piece of clear quartz. They've got them. This is tumbled. They have points. I have points all over the place, but unfortunately I didn't bring them with me because I've got so many of them. When I use the clear quartz though, and I can't speak for everybody else, if you've used the clear quartz, I like it because I feel like it helps me to connect to higher self too.
Yeah,
So,
Shayla says I keep a piece in the bedroom on the most western corner of the house.
yeah, I've got clear quartz, I've got rose quartz laying in corners of my house. I have little I made these little like candles. Got a candle holder, and I put various pieces of copper in it with a clear quartz point at the top to help break up some of the EMF waves. I've done so much stuff, with clear quartz. It just clears the chakras. And like I said, if you have somebody, or somebody that is struggling with focus, or they're, just having a hard time with that, clear quartz, I can't stress it enough, as a stone that to me everybody should have, because it just balances the body. And sometimes, like I said, when my crown chakra feels like it's really closed, when I put the clear quartz on there, I taste this one too. When I put the clear quartz on there, it just lifts everything up. And I say taste stones because I can literally, if I hold these long enough, it's like my skin absorbs. I don't know, everything absorbs so fast I can taste it. Fluorite is our next stone.
Fluoride?
Fluorite.
Oh, fluorite.
Yep. I keep this by my bed. I have a big satin spar lamp. I'm not going to say selenite because it's not. It's satin spar. And I meditate with this one. This is one of the meditation stones. My girlfriend got me this from a stone when they had the Gloucester, I want to say the Daffodil Festival. There was a lady out there that sold crystals, and she got me that for my birthday. And this is one of my favorite stones. It's really, really strong in energy. I lay it on, if I got a pain somewhere, if I got a pain on my side or pain anywhere, if you can lay a piece of fluorite there, it'll take it out. And sometimes I fall asleep with it. This stone, oh my God, the energy on this one is very strong. And it helps you to reach your intuitive side. If you're trying to be more intuitive with things, fluorite will help you reach those goals. And
is that what you're trying to hit me with last night at the ghost store? You trying to get rid of a pain?
What, with fluorite?
Yeah.
I didn't have this with me. My beautiful piece of fluorite. I've laid this on my third eye chakra, and I've used it in some of my Reiki. With this particular stone, if I have to do, I don't know how to explain it to y'all, energy surgery on somebody, I use fluorite or clear quartz points. I have a specific one that I use when I'm doing stuff like that. But this one is really powerful, and it's really, really strong. And one thing I want to say about crystals is that they talk. People laugh at me when I say things like that, or they think I'm being silly, but I'm really not. If you're going to a store and something resonates with you, that's a good thing. But crystals, once you handle them enough, and I handle them quite frequently, you begin to feel those frequencies with crystals. And I don't think that if Shayla's still here, because I can't see, I think that she would agree with me on that. When you start handling these things enough, weird things start happening. I've bought crystals in bulk, and I'll be separating them, And one crystal will literally go out of my hand and go into another bowl. And I'm like, I just leave it there because I'm like, oh, okay, the clear quartz jumped into the tiger's eye. So I guess it wants to be tiger's eye. So I leave it. I don't move it. It's like they do their own little thing. And people laugh at me when I say that, but it happens. The more you start to use them, the more you start to be able to pick up that energy to them.
And Shay says, I'm here. Totally agree with you.
Yeah. And, for those of you who don't know how to check the energy of stones, there's a way to do that. Your palm of your hands, you always want to clear out. Anytime you're getting ready to do any energy work, you always want to rub your hands together and clear that energy off of them, get that excess energy off. And then you want to lay that stone. If you haven't learned how to pick up the energy of stones, you want to get your stones and you want to lay them in the palm of your hands. And you just want to kind of let them sit there. And you want to move things back and forth, move things around. And whatever stone twitches in your hand, or you might feel it get hot, or you might feel coldness to it, or you might feel tingly feelings in your palm, that's a dominating hand. So when you're handling crystals, that's the hand that you're going to use to really pick out your crystals, because you want to feel the different levels of energy. And for people that do energy work, you can literally feel whether it's a light energy, a medium energy, or a high energy off of these stones, because you'll get a little zap. And if it's like a medium, you'll get like a medium pressure, or pressure is for me. And then if it's high energy like this one is, you just feel a high vibration off of it. Because people quite often ask me, how do you feel the energy off of stones? When you handle them enough and you practice it, you can literally feel the energy off of that stone. You can also feel if it doesn't have a good energy to it, because some people, you're talking about people that set intentions with stuff and they handle stuff and you don't know where it's coming from. So that's the way to check it, because you never know what people's intentions are with stones. So you can check if it's coming from a slime ball, if that makes sense to people. I'm not sure it does or not. So anyway, one of my favorite stones. I have a little fairy fluorite too. And I have a bigger piece of fluorite too that I bought, because we used to have a crystal shop in Urbana and the lady closed it, but I used to get crystals from there all the time. So, all right, let me see if I got my piece of labradorite. These stones are mystic to me. I have that in my arsenal. I just like the inclusions and the patterns in it. But labradorite is called the transformation stone, and they call it that because it's multicolored. And sometimes it can be very mesmerizing to the naked eye. I always just found this stone very neat because it has those different patterns. I've unfortunately dropped this one a couple times, so I'm sure it's not liking me. But it helps to improve your psychic intuition. It's also good for your lungs, your respiratory system. It can clear anxiety. It helps to stabilize your mood. It's good for your throat chakra too. And it does help with communication. This particular stone right here, you don't want to get wet, because if you get it wet, it's going to dissolve. You think that it's a really hard stone, and it is, but this particular stone over time will dissolve, so don't put it in water. There are certain crystals out there that like water, and there are some crystals out there you can't put in water because you'll mess them up. And maybe one day we'll go over that, because there's some stones that should go in the sunlight. There are certain stones that shouldn't go in the sunlight. And then, of course, you have the beautiful labradorite. So if you don't have that as a part of your collection, like I said, it helps clear the throat chakra for people out here that can't speak up for themselves. You have a problem communicating with people. You want to tell somebody something and you don't. You just hold it in, suck it up. This is a stone to get. Or you're afraid to say something. That's the stone to get to lay on the throat chakra. So, really pretty stone. Some of my stones are really tiny here. All right. Next piece I have in my arsenal is lapis. Now, lapis a lot of times get mixed up with sodalite. Lapis, always remember, has gold speckles in it, has like gold inclusions in it, whereas sodalite, see if I got a piece in this bracelet. Sodalite has more of a white inclusion. You see that piece right there? That's sodalite. This right here is lapis because it has those gold inclusions. Lapis is really good for your throat chakra as well. It helps to bring peace of mind. If you know somebody that's trying to calm their mind, some lapis would be the stone to do that. It also lowers blood pressure, or it's supposed to lower blood pressure, and it's supposed to help with people that have inflammation. It also helps to block negative energy, and it promotes positive energy. And like I said, it's good for the throat chakra. I use a lot of lapis when I'm doing my Reiki sessions. So if you don't have a piece of lapis, you should have a piece of lapis. Let's see. Moving on. No questions?
Oh, okay, hold on. Shayla says, I have a piece of lapis in a necklace. The setting makes it look like a dragon is holding it.
That's cool. You got to send me a picture of that one. I'd like to see that. That's really cool. I have some pieces of lapis. I have one pendant, but I don't really wear it that much because lapis, yeah, I keep it in my arsenal and I use it in Reiki, but I don't wear it that often. I like my pearls and my other little heart chakra stone, but lapis is more of your, like I said, it's more of a throat chakra. Petrified wood, they call this the witch's stone. They call it that because they believe that witches cast a spell on the woods, and when they did, it petrified all the wood. So this is actually a piece of wood, but it's petrified. I have a bigger piece downstairs. I have like a log, and that one I got when I went to the mountains, and I went to Newmarket, Virginia, and they had a really pretty crystal shop there. And I got that from that. And that particular stone came from Madagascar. This actually came from, I want to say Rappahannock Concrete, but don't quote me on it. I had a friend that used to work out at this stone yard, and he had buckets and buckets of petrified wood. So he gave me like 6 pieces of it, which was really cool. But it's wood turned into stone, and it's millions of years old. So they, like I said, they called it the witch's stone. So it helps to aid when you are working on things with past life and when you're trying to work on your intuitive side. This is a stone to hold if you're going to be doing some past life work because it's old. It's also good for your base chakra, and it comes in so many different forms. Like I said, I got a big piece downstairs, like a log of petrified wood. And when me and the kids, we went one time to Urbana, the creek out in Urbana, and I found some petrified wood out there, which is really cool. And I got a couple petrified shells, but anyway, petrified wood, if you don't have it, it's a nice piece to have. And they also tumble this. So I have I used to have a bracelet of petrified wood, but I think I gave it away to somebody because, sometimes you get things and you have it and you don't know why you have it, and then you end up giving it away to people. So, all right. Let's see. Rose quartz. Rose quartz is really good for the heart chakra. They call it the stone of love because that's what it's used for. It's used for soothing and calming. Its energy is very, very subtle. Like if you know somebody that is going through some things, and we always take blows to our heart chakra anyway. But if you know of anybody that's going through some grieving processes with things, this would be the stone to get them, because it helps to get the love to flow. I give this a lot to a lot of people that have breast cancer, because this stone can help alleviate the treatments that they go through. I've made a couple of necklaces for friends that, like I said, they're going through chemo or they're going through radiation, and it just helps to soothe going through certain things like that. And I lay this stone a lot on my heart chakra, because my heart chakra is one that I have to constantly work on, not just because I had my HA a couple years ago, but just because it takes so many blows. So I use this stone quite often. Now, this stone they're very light in energy. If you have somebody that has a lot of heavy stuff going on, then you need to switch it over to a different stone, because this one is just such a light love stone. So, but rose quartz, I give that away a lot when I'm doing things for people, roller bottles and things like that. I'll put rose quartz in there. All right, let's see. Satin spar. I have so many pieces of satin spar. Now, a lot of people, they mix up satin spar with selenite. And a lot of people think that they have selenite sitting in their house, and it's actually satin spar. Selenite, the difference, and I think I got one piece of selenite, and it's a sliver, and it's clear. It's
Is that a
very
shank?
clear. Yeah. I use it when I do energetic surgeries, or if I want to send hoodoo voodoo to somebody and I want to stab them in their knee because they get on my nerves.
Is that why my knees are hurting?
This is the stone that I use. Did your knees hurt? Really? I mean,
Yeah.
I only stuck a couple of times.
Yeah, this time of year my knees are always hurting.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I use this for energy work if I'm doing something. But the difference is that selenite is very clear. It's almost like milky clear. Whereas, as you can see, satin spar is not. They call these recording stones because it says that it records everything that a person does. It records everything that you do or wherever it came from previously. Supposedly, you can take this, put it on your third eye, and see where it's been, because it's a recorder stone. But like I said, a lot of people mistake it for selenite. So a lot of people that think they got all the selenite, the lamp that I have in my room, which is about this tall, I thought was selenite. It's actually satin spar. So y'all got to be careful, because these little crystal vendors out here label it as selenite, and it's not. It is a very high vibrational stone. It does help a lot with third eye and connection when it comes to the angelic realms. It's also good for the spine. If you have back problems and it hurts, you can actually get rods. Like I got rods sitting downstairs under my Reiki table, but they're rods about this long, and I lay them underneath my table for my clients, because it's supposed to help align the spine. It's supposed to help you feel better, and it's also supposed to help you sleep. So for those of you who have sleeping issues at nighttime, if you can get a long piece of selenite like that and lay it underneath your bed and align it to where your body's going to be at, it does help you. It's supposed to be able to help you sleep. This is a stone that you don't want to get wet, because it will dissolve. So satin spar has to stay out of water. Selenite does too. Both of those stones need to stay out of water. But anyway, like I said, this particular piece, I use it when I when I'm doing certain like little energy surgeries or whatever on people, or if I just want to poke somebody in the knee because they piss me off. Smoky quartz origin is Germany. Like I said, my mom, when she would go to Germany, I would send her a list of this is what I need you to get for me, and she got me some really pretty stones. This particular stone ground is very grounding. They don't call it a grounding stone for nothing. It's good for depression. If you know somebody that's going through that, it helps with that. And I like the ones that you can hold in the palm of your hand. I also see if I can get it off of here without dropping everything. Have it on a necklace. When I work on animals, I'll switch over to my smoky quartz. This piece came from Germany also, but I have that in necklace when I go work on farms and I'm working on horses because for some reason smoky quartz seems to really calm them. Between smoky quartz and rose quartz, it'll calm an animal. So I use that when I'm doing my like I said, my Reiki work on the farms is when I normally take this one. It heightens the frequencies. So it can help you move from the past and it'll help you move forward. So if you know somebody that's stuck in the past, because a lot of people like to stay there, this stone can help them move forward. It also helps to release unwanted energy too, because sometimes we carry stuff, negative stuff, and smoky quartz will help release that from you. It also helps to clear your energetic field and your aura field. So you can use smoky quartz for that. My very first stone that I bought was a smoky quartz point. I just resonated with it right away. So, like I said, when my mom went to Germany, she would bring me back stones, and that's just a real pretty piece of smoky quartz that she brought back. Now, you would think I would have bigger stones than the last two, but tiger's eye is a good stone to have. Tiger's eye is a good protection stone. And you know how you got your tourmaline? Tourmaline is a very, very strong stone for protection. So a lot of times parents will say, well, what stone does my teenager need? What stone should my kid have? Tiger's eye, because it's really light and protection. Tourmaline is really, really strong grounding, so you don't want to give them tourmaline. It's a good protection stone for teens and children because the energy is not as high as some of the other stones. So it also helps with grounding and focus. So, teenagers and kids, they're under stress with school assignments, work. Some of them are some of them are empaths. They don't even realize they're empaths. And this stone helps them with that. So I always tell people to put it in a pendant, like a necklace, and make sure it hits that heart chakra there.
Okay, Shayla says my tiger's eye is about the same size.
Mm-hmm.
What about hematite? I have a piece in my car for protection.
Yep, hematite. I do too. I've got this one. I wear it quite often, but eventually what happens if I have two of these bracelets. If I wear them both together, it's too strong for me and I start tasting the stone. So one is good, but hematite is a good protection stone. And that's in my arsenal as well. I've got so many different stones, but these were the main ones that I have in my arsenal, particularly black tourmaline because it is strong, but so hematite is also. But on the tiger's eye, like I said, with teenagers and kids, this is the stone to give them if you're looking for protection stones, or like you got a kid that is an empath, or they pick up negative energy. This would be the stone to ward all that off. And to be honest with you, Amazon has some really, really nice tiger's eye pendants for kids. And you can always get those stones from there, and you can cleanse it, and put your intentions in, or that child can, you can help them put their intentions in there. They had a really cute like carved fox one. That's one of my favorite ones for kids. And I will send parents the link and have them, get that particular necklace because of where it sits and it's adjustable. So a tiger's eye is just, I don't know, it's a mesmerizing stone too. I have a few bracelets that are tiger's eye that I really like. And unakite. I'm sorry that it's so small, but the bigger one that I had, I need to get another bigger piece. The dolphin that I had snapped in half. I had a real pretty carved dolphin, and it was like one of my favorite pendants, and I wore it all the time, but then the dolphin snapped in half, so I was kind of upset with that, and I didn't want to glue it back together. So I just kind of have it sitting in a bowl, but it's kind of like green with a little bit of pink inclusions in it. And it's good. It's got some white speckles in it too. But this stone right here is good if you're trying to enhance your psychic abilities. It also is supposed to help boost your third eye, and it's called the Stone of Vision. So this one, it kind of reminds me a little bit of moss, to be honest with you. But this particular one, if you lay it on your third eye too, and you just close your eyes and ask your third eye to take you wherever it wants to take you somewhere, or enhance certain things, this is the stone that you're going to lay there, and it works. It's a very effective stone. I just have like I said, a little tiny piece. So we could do stone shows all day. This is like a part one, really, for stones. But when you're picking out stones, just when you're going out and you're getting them, get things that resonate with you. If you're drawn to it, get it. Because a lot of people, when they're going out and they're going shopping, they ask me that question. Just get what resonates with you. Or, I have people say, what should I get? What should I buy? Go to a store and whatever resonates with you. There's no right or wrong to metaphysical anything. I think Dave and I was talking a little bit about that before we got on the air. There's so many different people that do so many different things, so many different energies, and just different ways of doing things. And I might have some people that come on here later that disagree with my introduction to crystals. I don't care. That's my way. Are there any questions?
Nope.
So, and a couple things for those of you that don't know too. There's so many different properties with when it comes to crystals.
Tiffany Reneas, what is the name of that one again?
Which one?
Which one, Tiffany?
I didn't know the question, and I don't know what stone it was. Was it the unakite one? If it's that one, it's unakite. Yeah, if she had a question about that one, it would be that was the unakite one. So, but with stones, like I said, there's just so many different things. Malachite, for instance, I don't have that with me in my room. It's somewhere else. Malachite is kind of like a greenish stone. They're not easy to. I mean, they are easy to come by to a certain extent, but some of them are fake. Some malachites are made in labs, and they're not. You can tell when they're not real. Certain stones you got to be careful with because you don't want to put them in water, and malachite is one of them. Malachite is considered, if it's mixed in water, it's a poisonous stone. So you got to be really, really careful with a malachite stone. And like I said, some of them you want to be careful with when it comes to, putting things in the sun, putting things in water. but they've been around forever. And I have a big mason jar as we speak that has distilled water, because I don't really use spring or tap. I'll use distilled water with an elixir sitting on my counter, because like I said, I make elixirs, and that one has rose quartz in it, clear quartz in it, and amethyst. If you're making elixirs to want to calm down, or let's say you have a animal that's not calm and they're bing 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 all over the place, rose quartz, clear quartz, and amethyst, let those stones sit in water for about 6 to 12 hours, and then you can put it in their bowl and it calms them down. I mean, there's a little bit more to that, but like I set intentions and everything with everything that I do on mine. But like I said, stones, they've been around forever. We could always do a part 2 on it. Show me your stones. Show me your crystals. Because, like I said, you can never have too many crystals. And that's all I have with crystals for now. So, finishing early today.
Yeah. And next week we've got the Roundtable again.
I know. I can't believe that it is already the beginning of December.
Yeah.
And I think when are we not having the show?
The last 2 weeks of December.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks of December, the 24th and the 31st, we won't have any Vibe Time show, because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and a lot of people will be going out and doing their thing. I might shoot on live New Year's Eve. I'm not sure yet. I'm not really doing anything New Year's Eve, but chilling. So I might shoot on here, who knows, and do free card readings or something off the deck. I'm going back and forth with that one. I can finally take these things off. Can't believe I actually need these.
Yeah, you're getting old.
I know. It really sucks. I used to not need them at all, damn it.
Yeah. Okay, Shayla says, I really enjoyed this. Thanks, Geri. Happy Thanksgiving to you both.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Thanks,
Shayla.
Shayla. I never know how my metaphysical hour goes, because I don't know if it's boring to people, if people actually get something out of it. I mean, there's so many things to talk about with crystals. It's unbelievable. It's just so much. Like, that was just the little tip of the iceberg of the collection of stones that I have. If I brought the whole collection, it would fill half of this room. So, but I hope that you all have a happy Thanksgiving, and I appreciate anybody that tuned in. Thank you so much. Thanks, Shayla, for tuning in. I can't see anything, and it's just so frustrating. So we will see y'all next week with Paranormal Roundtable, and hopefully I'll have all that shit straight by then. So y'all, good night, and thanks for tuning in.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.